Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duckbricks. I'm Chris, and this is the smallest new Ninjago set coming out in summer of this year. It's Zane's Ice Motorcycle, only featuring one single minifigure, the tournament version of Zane for the Tournament of the Sources, and it has a motorcycle that has a pretty interesting play feature built into it, featuring swinging blades and a rubber band. Let's take a look at this smaller LEGO Ninjago set and see, is it worth it for what you get, or should you invest in some of the larger sets of the wave? Let's go. Let's start off by taking a look at the smallest set of the wave. This is Zane's Ice Motorcycle. For $10, it comes with 84 pieces and only one minifigure, a version of Zane without the new armor piece, which is a little bit unfortunate because you really do need that extra armor piece to complete the figure. However, thankfully, they do include extras of the armor piece in many of the larger sets of the wave, so if you do get any of the other bigger sets, you can go ahead and complete the figure. Now, this is a bike-based Ninjago set, as we've gotten many times before. Thankfully, there are clips to store the accessories of the minifigure itself, and really, the thing about this set that I do find quite interesting is that the entire thing has been built around one particular function. And the function is interesting. I'm honestly a little bit mixed on it. It does work very well, but it's also not the most interesting or exciting function they could have come up with for a Ninjago set. Essentially, the way it works, if I can actually get Zane stood up on his bike here, is that as you're driving it along, you can press down on this gold button on the back, and boom, the ice spikes will lash outwards on the sides of the vehicle. It's super simple. The way it's done is you literally just have two lift arms connected to the back wheels, and those sort of push the ice blades out, and a rubber band keeps them in, so it is the most simple function you would want to include in a small set like this, but I do appreciate their intent on trying to implement a function into a smaller set like this. It kind of reminds me of a similar function that we got for Kai's Blade Cycle back in 2012, although that one was a lot more armored up and honestly had a lot more going on, and this one just feels pretty simple and standard compared to what you get. Unfortunately, I feel like the biggest thing missing about this set is the lack of a villain minifigure, especially given that the set has a function that literally allows you to whack other figures away. It's kind of crazy to me that this didn't include at least one regular wolf mask soldier, even just done up in the new color scheme. No need for giant claws in the back, just a single minifigure to knock over would have improved the play value of this by a lot. I'm going to take a minifigure here just so you can see what exactly that would look like. Here's one of the Wolf Mask Warriors from one of the other sets. Imagine you're a kid, you're driving along the motorcycle, and then you come across a villain. Boom, you can whack them off. That feels like such a fun play feature to me, and it's a kind of play feature that would have made so much more sense if they actually managed to include a villain minifigure in the set itself. Bonus if they even had to have the extra arm attachments, because that would have made for a little bit more of a formidable foe against this set. It just feels so satisfying to just whack figures out of the way, and I don't really know why they didn't do it. As it is right now, unfortunately, Zane's Ice Motorcycle feels like kind of it's missing a big part of what makes it fun to play with, and that is the actual villain minifigure to attack with it. Because of that, the set does feel like a little bit hollow for the price. I definitely feel like for $10, it's not bad value. I mean, we've seen a lot of $10 motorcycles before, and this really is no different. But it just feels like a bit of a miss to have no villain, not even an exclusive minifigure. At least the last time Ninjago did a motorcycle that had a minifigure in it as the only character in the set, that one was exclusive and really cool in the form of Golden Dragon J. This one is just the regular version of Tournament J that's actually worse than the other versions of J that come in this wave. This one is just the regular tournament version of Zane that's actually worse than the ones that actually come in the rest of the sets because it doesn't have that armor piece. As it is, it's a fun idea for a Ninjago bike, but the function does leave a lot of its mechanism exposed. It also forces Zane to be seated really far back on the driver's seat there. In fact, he's not even sitting. He is standing up all the way far back, and you really kind of have to have that happen due to the number of parts included and the fact that the rubber band is very exposed, and it really just kind of feels like something built around the function rather than trying to be a set that's fun to play with on its own. It's not a bad set. It's not a good set either. It's honestly one of the most average sets of the wave. I don't really have that much else to say about it other than for $10, it's a good entry point set, but it definitely feels like you have a lot to be desired. All right, and with that, we have summed up my thoughts on Zane's Ice motorcycle, the smallest set of the wave. Again, as I mentioned in the review, I don't know about this one. It's a little bit goofy in the way that it's built, and I feel like the addition of just one more minifigure would have made the set a lot better, but I do think it is unique for what it is. It definitely is a function we haven't really seen in a Ninjago set of its size before, and I do appreciate the effort to include a working function in a set this small. Just not my personal cup of tea, but you know, some of the sets aren't for everyone, and I definitely prefer some of the larger ones of the wave. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of Zane's Ice motorcycle? I hope you enjoyed this early LEGO review, and be sure to like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon. Bye for now.